Hello everyone, well today you join me in my kitchen for a demonstration and review of the Bissell Crosswave. Now Bissell UK were kind enough to provide this machine free of charge, but what I say during the course of this video will be the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And what can't speak can't lie, because behind me, I'll show you in a minute, I've made quite a lot of mess on my kitchen floor. Now I've been using this machine just normally for a couple of weeks and I've been very impressed with it. It cleans the floor very well and leaves it relatively dry, but I've not put down any extra dirt. Well, in a minute you'll see just how dirty I've made my kitchen floor to give this machine a thorough test. But there's one little thing I've forgotten, one bit of icing on the cake, and it's an egg. I know it's a terrible waste of an egg, but in order to give this machine a thorough test, I've got to crack an egg onto the floor, haven't I? So that's what I'm going to do. Well, that went everywhere. That went everywhere. But anyway, I've done it now. I haven't got any more eggs, so I can't do that again, but that has made quite a lot of mess. So let's see if the Bissell Crosswave is going to clean up this mess behind me. Okay, so here's the egg, complete with shell. I'll just pick up the big bits of shell, because I'm not sure if the Crosswave will cope with the larger pieces, but there's still going to be... Hang on, let's just crumble some more shell in a bit more. I'll leave it. Let's give the Bissell Crosswave a real test. No, let's put all the shell in. Come on, I've seen this demonstrated with a whole egg, and I'm going to see for myself if it will actually cope with cleaning up this whole egg. Also on my floor, just behind the egg, you'll see that I've smeared some jam, some cereal and milk. There's a bit of cheese sauce from macaroni cheese. There's also some dry debris here. I've put some dog biscuits, some sugar, and there's some rolled oats. And apart from that, I've not washed the floor for a week. So underneath all this mess is quite a grubby floor. Okay, let's get the Bissell Crosswave filled with solution and hopefully I'll be able to restore this mess into my nice clean kitchen floor. With the Bissell Crosswave you get this sample bottle of cleaning solution. It's 8 fluid ounces or 236 millilitres. This solution is supposed to be suitable for all floor types as long as they're sealed, so you can use it on wood, area rugs and tile, but in my case I'm going to be using it on a vinyl floor. I also have bought, direct from Bissell, larger solution. This is a 1 litre size, so I suggest when you get your Crosswave, stock up on some more solution, because using Bissell Solution will give you the best results. It's also the only solution I know of that is designed to clean carpets as well as hard floors. This is the clean water tank that you fill with hand hot water up to 60 degrees in temperature. It's got 2 water levels, so if you've just got a small area to clean, you fill the water to this level and the formula to this level. But since I've got a large mess to clean, I've filled up to this water level and the formula up to this level. One useful thing to note, this bottle does stand upright on its own, which makes it easier when you're pouring in the solution. Once the solution and the warm water is in, make sure you've got the top on tightly and just give it a little bit of a shake just to ensure that the solution is mixed well with the water, and then pop it in the machine. Conveniently located on the top of the handle you have 2 switches, one marked rug and one marked hard floor. So when you're cleaning an entrance mat or an area rug you use the rug setting, and obviously when you're cleaning a hard floor you press the hard floor button. The only difference between these 2 settings is on the rug setting the machine will actually distribute more solution onto the roller to enable you to get your rugs clean, but on hard floor it uses less solution, which also means the floor dries quicker. On the underside of the handle you have a little black trigger that controls the solution flow. Before I tackle the egg and its shell, I'm going to see if the Bissell Crosswave picks up this mess. So as I said earlier, on the floor here I've got some milk and cereal, some cheese sauce, some jam, some sugar and some other bits and pieces. Now this has been lying on the floor for quite a while now, probably at least 20 minutes, so it has had time to dry in, especially the very sticky jam. So I'm just going to give it a go. I'm going to pass the Bissell Crosswave. I'll prime it first. You need to squeeze the trigger for up to 10 seconds to ensure that the solution is flowing onto the multi-surface brush, and then I'll slowly pass it forward and back through the mess. I've no idea what it's going to do. Let's hope it picks up everything. I'll be very surprised if it does, but also be very impressed. Well, that is pretty good. Now obviously it's not dry, it's not soaking wet, but that floor is clean, it's not sticky. The jam's here, the sticky, horrible messy jam. The cereal is still here with the milk, but the path that I've went through is actually very clean. That is very impressive, especially picking up the larger particles. Picking up the cereal, I didn't think it was going to do that. That is fantastic. Okay, I'm going to tackle the egg and the shell next, and then we'll clean the rest of the floor and then have a look at the dirty water. Okay then, here goes. Here's the messy egg with its shell. Let's introduce it to the Bissell Crosswave. Well, that is pretty, you know, I've been testing vacuums and carpet washers and floor washers for quite some time now, and not often am I flabbergasted, but there's no trace of the egg or the shell left on this floor. The Bissell Crosswave has done a fantastic job. As I was finishing off the floor, the float valve automatically cut off the suction because I need to empty the dirty water tank. So that's easy enough to do. Simply press the little button on the top, and whew, inside here is everything that was on my kitchen floor. You can see the shell of the egg. I expect the cereal will be floating about inside there somewhere. Let's remove the float valve. And inside there is rather a horrible mess that was only a few moments ago all over my kitchen floor. So I'll tip this away, give it a rinse out, and I'll just finish off the floor and we'll give a final look to see how it's done. And then I'll move on to my entrance mat and I'll show you how the Bissell Crosswave can deal with dirt on that too. I'm just waiting for the floor to properly dry. It won't take long, but this is my kitchen floor. Now that white mark there isn't a mark, it's moving. It's where my light is shining on the floor. That is pretty amazing. Now of course I've edited this video, as I have to edit all my videos, otherwise they go on forever, but I can swear to you I've not edited anything to make this cleaner look better. It has done a fantastic job. I've got another load of dirt in here. I finished off the floor. Look at that. That is absolutely fantastic. I thoroughly recommend this machine. Now there are a couple of things that I will say about it in my summing up that I don't like about this machine, but on the whole I would certainly recommend this Bissell Crosswave. This is the entrance mat in front of my patio doors, and this is the mat that everybody walks on when coming into the house, both the humans and the four-legged friends. So this gets a lot of heavy traffic and a lot of dirt is trapped on this mat. Now I'm just going to show you the principle of using the Crosswave on an entrance mat or an area rug. I'm not expecting it to be filthy dirty because only a few days ago one of my dogs had a little bit of an accident and I had to use my main Bissell carpet washer on here. In a later video I'll test this machine using a very pale rug and we'll see what sort of results we get. But if they're anything like the floor, I think it'll do very well. But it's excellent just to freshen up any entrance mat anyway, because once you've done the floor I can go straight onto the entrance mat without having to change brushes or solution. So for me this multi-surface cleaner is absolutely fantastic. Okay, let's give it a go. So obviously I have to press the rug button and I'll pass the machine forward and back while applying the solution. So that's my entrance mat cleaned with the Bissell Crosswave. It does leave it slightly damp, so it will take a bit longer for this to dry than it does for the hard floor to dry, but it certainly freshened it up. It looks cleaner. There will be some dirt in here. In fact, that isn't bad considering it's not long since I actually washed this. But because it's an entrance mat, I don't know if you can see that under all the foam, obviously this gets trodden on in our outdoor shoes when we walk into the house, so it gets dirty fairly quickly. But the main benefit of this Bissell is, apart from cleaning the floor, every time I clean the floor I can just flick the switch to rug and I can go over this. So every time, so 2, 3, 4 times a week, whenever I need to clean my kitchen floor, I can run over this mat as well and keep it fresh and clean. When you've finished using the Bissell Crosswave, you obviously have to empty out the dirty water, and you can give the tank a bit of a rinse when you're doing so. This float assembly can also be rinsed under running water, as can this filter. Simply remove it from the top and you can see it's trapped some of the larger particles there. Just rinse all that, the mesh part and the pleated part, leave it to dry, and then you can put it back in your machine. You'll need to clean the multi-surface brush from time to time to keep the machine operating efficiently. You can simply remove it by first pulling off the front panel. That can be rinsed under running water, and the whole brush can just be pulled out, and you can also rinse and clean that. Now, considering though all the dirt that I picked up in this demo, there is a little bit of staining on here, but I'm sure I can rinse that off. But the brush is surprisingly dry. Another way of cleaning the brush and the air path is to use the self-cleaning storage tray. All you have to do is pour in some water up to the maximum fill line, turn the machine on using the hard floor button, recline the handle and leave it to clean for 10 to 15 seconds. When the brush roll is clean, you can leave it to dry in the handy drying tray. Well, that's about the end of my demonstration and review of the Bissell Crosswave multi-surface cleaner. I would 100% recommend this machine if you have a lot of hard floors to clean. It does a fantastic job. Even I was surprised at the results on my kitchen floor, especially the sticky jam and the whole egg complete with shell. It removed everything and left a squeaky clean floor behind it. It's also very good for my area mat in front of my door. It's cleaned it, it freshened it up, and it removed a surprising amount of dirt considering it wasn't long ago that I went over the whole thing with a full-sized carpet washer. Two little niggles about the machine. The design of the brush means it won't go quite up to the edge on either side, so you will have to go from time to time just by hand around the edges of your room, but that's a small price to pay because the main area of the room it cleans fantastically. The other major concern is the noise level. I tested it using a decibel meter and it peaked at about 89 decibels, which is excessively noisy. I wish Bissell could sort the noise level out and also make it clean up to the edge. If they did that, this machine would be out of this world. Even with those two niggles, I would still recommend it. It is my floor washer of choice. It is the floor washer I'll be using from day to day in my own home. I know Bissell UK supplied me with this, and thanks to them for doing that, but this is my honest review. I recommend this machine. In fact, in a few years, hopefully, when this machine conks out, I will replace it with another or a similar upgraded model because it is the best floor washer to date that I've used. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, please ask them in the section below. Please thumb up this video and I'll see you very soon with more vacuum cleaner, carpet washers and floor washer demonstrations. So until the next time, bye for now.